Next, we will be watching Animal Secrets Zoos Don't Want You to Know by Casual Geographic. Make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment in the doodly-doo. This was recorded live at twitch.tv/LuminusRed. Come on in, drop a follow, come hang out. We are a fast-growing community with a bunch of lovely, amazing people in our chat, so I would love for you to join it because I know you'd be an amazing addition to it, and I know that you'd have an amazing time. Until then, I really enjoyed the animal videos that I've seen by Casual Geographic, and I want to see more. This was recommended to me specifically by my friend Abel. So let's go and see how good of a recommendation it was, okay? Let's do it!
Animal facts that zookeepers might not want to tell you. Zebras are one of the most responsible for injuries to zookeepers because they're wildly unpredictable and overall assholes. Life can really go from 0 to kicked in the chest if you're around one. And the hand-reared ones are the worst because people think they're wild horses when really they're demon donkeys that'll crack your ribs and bite off your hand unprovoked. In a place with lions, bears, and gators, your biggest op could be
I've never seen a zebra with its mouth open, and I now hate it. I'm realizing that in my brain, I thought that zebras can never open their mouth because I don't like them having a horse mouth. I like them having a closed, cartoonish mouth. Cause like, what the heck? This is insane. This is ridiculous. I don't know why it's unnerving me. Listen, the fact that they're actually going to cause damage to people is pretty insane and painful itself. But the fact that it freaking, I don't know, its mouth is bothering more than that. I don't know. I'm confused, overwhelmed, and insane. I don't know.
Pissed off Oreo horse. If you work with foxes, your social life will suffer. Not only do they smell horrible, but the smell of fox pee sticks to hair, clothes, and skin and lasts weeks, no matter how hard or long you scrub. Getting R. Kelly by a fox is a great way to make people avoid you like the real ones. Rhinos are the world's biggest and most dangerous puppies.
Oh my gosh, I thought foxes were cute! I thought foxes were cute! Okay, maybe I'm gonna be a little bit traumatized by this. I'm learning more and more about how terrifying nature is, and maybe I don't like animals as much as I did. They're so freaking cute. They look like so petable and cute, but like you freaking can't get the freaking smell off of you? I'm not a fan of that. Listen. I have a hard enough time finding a girlfriend as it is. If I smelled like Foxbee constantly, I think that would probably lower my chances by further. I mean, there's no gay girls around me, so my chances are 0. So maybe you can't go into the negatives with that. Probably not a real thing. I don't know. Maybe I should just get a freaking fox. Maybe that'll give me more love and happiness. Jeez. Foxes are cute. They just stink, and you will stink. They can be cute, just smell bad at the same time. They're so cute. Just kind of stink. Okay, at least I'm not alone on that. Hi, negative, welcome in. So do fox VTubers stink too? Fillion. That's why she's ran away from this. That's why she's not streaming. She stinks too much. Freaking Smuggalana probably also freaking so stinky. I want her stink all over me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Foxes are canines. They're adorable like canines. Foxes mark spaces like big dogs, a bit white and muskier. Oh my goodness. She doesn't shower. Oh my. I'll lick her clean. What? What a wild thing to say. A very true thing to say. An honest thing to say. What?
By a fox is a great way to make people avoid you like the real one. Rhinos are the world's biggest and most dangerous puppies.
It is.
White rhinos will eat out of your hand, and they love being scratched. And for a 5,000-pound armored truck with legs, they have the personality of a Labrador.
Oh my gosh!
With ducks, you never want to have more males than females. As a rule, you need 4 to 6 males for every female, because if you don't, the males will get aggressive and jump the female. I couldn't find the TikTok, but basically she was saying a female duck lost her eye because during a particularly violent session, one of the males got impatient and ripped her eyeball out. And since it usually happens in water, multiple males could possibly drown the female. If it is in water,
dear God, let me never be reborn as a duck. Dear God, let me never be reborn as a duck. Dear God, no!
It could break her bones. Animal secrets zookeepers might not want to tell you, part 2. Anteaters are way meaner than they get credit for, and sometimes they'll just snap and take a life for no reason. Like, even jaguars would hesitate to attack them because they're really only one swing away from being a memory. One anteater mauled a zookeeper so badly that she had severe liver, stomach, and lung damage. And she died. You watch your back.
I feel like, okay. Listen. I think if someone's dead, then their severe organ damage is kind of secondary. I think the fact that they have damaged organs, while a very highly contributing factor, is not the big ticket item. I think that you're kind of burying the lead there. You start with, she died of these organ failures, opposed to, here are the things. Listen, I know you're trying to make a joke here. You're trying to surprise people, but I think you're doing it in a way that drives me a little bit insane. I'm so scared. I didn't realize that anteaters could be like that. Am I filled with ants? Oh no, I figured it out. She must have been an ant. And you know what? I just got made an honorary ant for my high school best friend's first kid. I gotta stick away from these things. I gotta stay away from these things. If they find me, they're gonna eat me. I'm an aunt now. Wait, if I say aunt. Wait, if I'm an aunt instead of an ant, does that keep me safe? Do they care about pronunciation? Maybe they care. Okay, we're gonna go with aunt, not ant. Aunt, not ant. Aunt, not ant. Okay? Okay, razor feet? Like the scooters? I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You know what's worse? The tripod fish? That sounds terrifying. Oh no. Anteater AO. I'm an anteater. Jeez.
Back if you're in his hood. Tortoises are jaw-droppingly stupid. If you leave a bucket around them, they will 100% try to make babies with it, and they'll even give the treatment to an extra curvy boulder.
Stop.
Orangutans are evil pickpocketing geniuses.
No, please, no. No, please, no. No, please. No. Why? I think we're learning that if you compare me to the animal kingdom, I'm not actually all that down bad. I have more self-restraint than a tortoise, apparently. So, it won't keep you safe from the anteater. Oh no, anteaters are not to be avoided. I think we're learning that apparently in the animal kingdom, I'm kind of tame and vanilla. I mean, anteater girl VTuber? I mean, that'd be kind of good. That'd be good.
Steal items of importance and only return them in exchange for food. Sometimes they'll even break up the object and hand it back piece by piece in order to extort more food, which is unfortunate if they steal your phone, and even worse if they steal an animal like an opossum. It's happened. This isn't a secret, but if
I need to hear that again. I need to hear that again.
Sometimes orangutans are evil pickpocketing geniuses that'll steal items of importance and only return them in exchange for food.
Got it.
Sometimes they'll even break up the object and hand it back piece by piece in order to extort more food, which is unfortunate if they steal your phone, and even worse if they steal an animal like an opossum.
Steal an animal like an opossum, and they'll break it up and hand it back to you piece by piece. I'm now all of a sudden realizing that humans are a lot more moral than I thought we were. Apparently, by comparison to other apes, we're actually doing pretty good. I mean, we're not casually breaks up living animal, hands it back to you when someone asks for it back. Listen, if you kidnap someone's dog and then they were like, okay, I'll pay you the money back for it. And you're like, here's $10,000 that you asked for. And you're like, okay, amazing. Here's the dog's ear. Give me another 10,000. I've just changed the deal. Oh, now here's the dog's heart and give me another 10,000. We're not doing that. Listen, we at least have the good sense that if you kill the hostage, then you're not getting anything more out of it. You know? Like, it's not even about morality. It's just, you don't understand how freaking hostage negotiations work. Like, at least our criminals understand how to freaking get more for what they've got. Like, I'm apparently proud of our hostage takers now, but now we're here. The mafia, but they do that as a warning. They'll send like an ear back. They don't be like, listen, I'm gonna send them their wife's heart, and if they don't pay up by Tuesday, I'll start sending fingers. Like, it's not gonna work. Or if you like freaking kill the wife and then you're like, now I'm gonna ransom you back her body, you're like, bro, what the heck happened here? Like, that's the difference. And also with some welcome in, Goran Grok. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. We don't? We've been doing this wrong the whole time. Udemy, no! The Russian government under Stalin kinda did. But, like, okay, maybe we're just as bad. Who knows? It does work starting with the fingernails. That's true. I've changed the deal. Pray don't alter it any further.
It's happened. This isn't a secret, but if you've ever seen a zookeeper cleaning an enclosure and you jokingly said something like, I wonder what animal that is, I can guarantee you that day you got silently cursed out in ways you didn't even know possible. Giraffes can seriously mess you up out of nowhere. Males fight for females by necking, and it's exactly what it sounds like.
Necking?
Sometimes they'll take a swing at keepers not paying attention just to be a dick, and if they connect, they will send you flying. The one day they're not nice is the day someone gets put on CNN. Animal fact, zookeepers might...
No, that's amazing. No, I know this.
They connect, they will send you flying.
Freaking neck whipping? Neck whipping? They're whipping and neighing. They're whipping and neighing. They do trial by from freaking nay. Trial by nay. The horns on top of the head too. They have horns. Yeah, no, so their freaking head's a giant flail. This is so perfect. I absolutely love it. I never knew that giraffes fight, and now learning it's exactly what you would want it to be is so perfect. Honestly, no notes, giraffes, you did it right. But male giraffes are bi. That's true. Hi, Roku, welcome in. Oh my gosh. How are giraffes real and unicorns aren't? Listen, if you've watched the Owl House, then you know that giraffes are freaking magical creatures from another dimension, so they might not be.
The one day they're not nice is the day someone gets put on CNN. Animal fact zookeepers might not want to tell you, part 3. Koalas are teddy bears with the personality of a chainsaw, and if you have to carry an animal out of its enclosure, you'd have an easier time manhandling a crocodile.
Gang. Hi,
they
Scarlet.
Claw, they bite, and they are dicks to other animals. Every time a keeper picks one up, koalas are teddy bears with the personality of a chainsaw, and if you have to carry an animal out of its enclosure, you'd have an easier time manhandling a crocodile.
I want to hear that.
Personality of a chainsaw, and if you have to...
Koalas are teddy bears. Koalas, the things that barely move? Huh? But welcome in, Scarlett. Welcome in. How you doing, darling? How you doing, darling? Yeah, go follow Scarlett. She's a DJ VTuber. She's really awesome. Drop bears are actually real, and they're koalas. Are we now going back on the drop bears as a mix of thing? I don't know. Hello, Reaper's Arrow. Welcome in, darling. How are you doing, darling? Having a good day? Owl House mentioned. I love the Owl House. I want to rewatch the Owl House. I'm gonna rewatch the Owl House.
To carry an animal out of its enclosure, you'd have an easier time manhandling a crocodile.
Why?
They claw, they bite, and they are dicks to other animals.
Oh no!
Every time a keeper picks one up, their health insurance goes up.
I'm glad you're doing
Aquariums
well,
will have
darling.
captive breeding programs for dolphins.
No. I know how bad these things are. Hello, Cybran. Welcome in. Welcome in. Also, I'm really glad you're doing well, Reapers. I'm really glad. Oh my gosh. Are we getting punked twice? So close. So close. Please not. Please not. Okay.
Since they're difficult to transport for mating, they'll use artificial insemination.
Okay.
Meaning someone gets paid to give Flipper a happy ending and collect the baby meat. And the dolphins will recognize whose job it is, and when they see them, they'll roll over and present themselves.
Stop.
If you irritate a member of the Camelidae
List of jobs I never want to do. List of jobs I never want to do. No. The thing is that the berry bar are sloths are not collar. What? The things that berry bobs are sloths, not collar. I'm a little bit confused, sweet. I'm Kicks. I'm sorry. That was an orca, by the way, close to a dolphin. Oh no.
family like llamas, alpacas, vicuñas, and of course camels, they don't just spit on you. Zookeepers just say it's spit so you don't totally freak out. What they actually do is regurgitate the contents of their stomach, mix it with saliva, and launch it in the face of whoever's annoying them. Piss one off and they'll basically projectile vomit half-eaten grass all over you and dare you to do something about it. Out of all the raptors... Okay, nature. Roll it back. We need to restart. Let's restart evolution. Let's restart everything. I'm starting to think that life was a mistake. We're not saying that humanity was a mistake. We're just part of the problem. Freaking life seems to be a mistake at this point. Maybe we need to roll it back, restart from scratch. Maybe we can get, like, less creepy and disgusting, please? Okay, but what if it was Shy Lily, would you? That beautiful orca? Maybe. I mean, listen, I know she doesn't like girls, but, like, I don't know if she was wanting to experiment a little bit. I mean, Shy Lily would be, I don't know, she seems a little bit lovely. She seems a little bit cute. She seems a little bit shy, but maybe not overly so. I don't know. Can we get a shout out for Shy Lily once this shout out with Street Frequency is done? Everything went downhill after the asteroid killed the dinosaurs. I would say probably since the first cells divided at this point. Wait till you learn about butterflies? Oh no. Shy Nikke's vids would suggest otherwise. Oh, Shy's Nikke vids? Oh my gosh. She says she doesn't like women, but if she wanted to try it out, I'm available. Turkey vultures are one of the most affectionate, and they'll form strong emotional bonds with their keepers. They'll follow their favorite around, greet them when they enter the enclosure, and even play with their socks and shoes. If you ignore the fact that they smell like an open casket in July, they're actually pretty cool. In fact, zookeepers might not want to tell you. Meerkats are the spawn of Satan, and they conduct themselves as such. If you know anyone who's ever worked with meerkats, ask them to show you the scars. I guarantee you they have them. They are, no exaggeration, the most homicidal mammals on the planet. That are humans. If a zoo announces the death of one of their meerkats and they say it was due to natural causes,
freaking meerkats, get on our level. Get on our level. We are so fucking homicidal. Do you know how many homicides humanity has committed? It's ungodly. Get on our level, you freaking noobs. Jeez Louises, meerkats, like an L move, guys. You gotta catch up. You gotta catch up to the kings, the queens, the non-binary royalties, because we are the best at it. Maybe I shouldn't be excited about this. Vultures are cool, basically like flying cats. I've pet one before. Aw, that's so good. Small prey have to mean different to get by. You're true. It's
way more likely that one just straight up murdered another. They're also one of the worst animals for first-time zookeepers, because if nobody warns them, they'll think they're cute and cuddly and try to feed them by hand. That is exactly how you go to bed with less fingers than you woke up with. Most keepers understand their animals so well that they have no problem being in the same enclosure as tigers, leopards, and bears. But there's one animal that seems to universally scare everyone. Ironically, cassowaries are shy and introverted in nature, but during breeding season, sometimes these hell turkeys decide to catch a body. They are one of the most dangerously unpredictable animals you'll ever be around. Most zoos won't even let workers...
They're so pretty, though. Like, I freaking love this color palette for them. Like, the freaking blue and orange go so well together, and then the red and blue, like, it actually, like, is so aesthetically pleasing. Like, these two colors are complementary, and like these two are not clashing because they're so separated by the blue, and like you don't get to see that like color of blue that often. It's so insane. The old knife feet birds. Oh no, crosswares.
catch a body. They are one of the
no.
most dangerously unpredictable animals you'll ever be around. Most zoos won't even let workers inside cassowary exhibits without at least 2 others keeping watch.
Okay.
And they often go in with an attack shield in case the Satan gets ideas. Orangutans are smart enough to get people fired. In Omaha Zoo in Nebraska, zookeepers kept forgetting to lock the orangutan exhibit, and when they would get there in the morning, 5 males would be posted outside. The head keeper got on his staff for being careless, but after this happened several more times, he was ready to put someone on unemployment. But it turned out one of the males named Fu Manchu found a piece of wire and hid it between his lips and gums, and when nobody was looking, he used it to pick the lock of his enclosure, and then he proceeded to free all of his friends. It took zookeepers over a week and the threat of being fired to figure it out. Cougars are the biggest pushover of any cat. They're naturally afraid of people, but when comfortable, they'll seek out head scratches and belly rubs, all while purring. They're basically giant house cats that could turn you into a headline if they wanted to. Secret zoos might not want you to know.
Oh wait, cougars. No. So freaking.
They're basically giant. They're naturally afraid of people, but when comfortable, they'll seek out head scratches and belly rubs, all while purring. They're basically giant house cats that could turn you into a headline if they wanted to.
So cougars though. A family friend of mine who was working on her farm, was feeding the chickens, and then all of a sudden there was a cougar on the back of her neck, legitimately teeth around her neck. And she barely managed to get her fingers in between, like, the jawbones of it to keep it from crushing her spine, and managed to, managed to hurt it enough to get off of it and had it run away, and she was screaming and her husband came with a gun. But, freaking cougars are absolutely terrifying, trust me. I'm here. Which video is this? This is Animal Secrets Zoes Don't Want You to Know. Also, hi, Truck-kun, welcome in. Oh, dear God. I know, it's terrifying. Hi, Shadow, as well. Holy cow. Quite literally. Not really,
might not want you to know. Every zoo has a group of animals that are so dangerous they're kill on sight, meaning if they escape their enclosure or attack somebody, zookeepers are taught to take them out immediately. And surprisingly, a lot of big cats like lions and tigers are on KOS because they would rather tranquilize and capture them. Even silverbacks are tranquilized first, but there's one animal that's kill on sight in basically every zoo.
Wait, excuse me?
Even silverbacks are tranquilized first.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I thought I saw that. They're tranquilized first. What happened? What happened to our king Karambe? What happened, bro? Come on. Did they have no tranq darts left? So they're like, I guess we better shoot it dead. Also, why does this one have gold teeth? Excuse me, what's happening here? Mountain lions are scary. Cougars, however. Listen, if a cougar wants to go after me, I'm happy for it to take a bite of me. No, Mumber. He had a kid in his arms. You could have... honestly, that makes me think that you should probably use the tranq dart more than freaking using the freaking, murder bullet. I don't know. Might hit the kid. He has a vid on Harambe. He does. Oh, thank you so much, Nexus. Welcome in, by the way. I'll have to take a look at that.
But there's one animal that's kill on sight in basically every zoo. Chimpanzees, because not only are they homicidal maniacs and incredibly fast and strong, tranquilizers only piss them off. By the time it kicks in, they could have already chewed someone's face off. If one escapes, somebody has to die, and it's usually the chimp. Sloths can be incredibly vicious. They look innocent, but those jaws can inflict nasty injuries on animals and people. Tamarin was once harassing a 3-toed sloth, which everyone thought was cute until the sloth clamped its jaws around the monkey's face. By the time keepers broke it up, the monkey had an eyeball hanging out of its socket, and the sloth was covered in blood that wasn't his.
Why are the cute ones the most dangerous? I think that counts as women too. Honestly, the cute ones are the most dangerous. I think that what you should be learning is that the cuter someone is, the more dangerous they are, because they'll freaking rip your eyeball out, apparently. To be fair, tranq darts would have not been good for the kid if it hit him accidentally as well. But I think there's more of a chance of saving the kid from a tranq dart than a bullet to the head, you know? Tranks would take time to affect and you just really piss it off, so it might hurt the kid, I guess. Tranquilizers don't work instantly. It could still freak the animal out because it got shot with a dart, especially when the child was in its arms. I guess, that's fair, but still. Chimps break out of zoos so they just can hurt someone and stared at them too long. Oh no. Cute women abuse scary giant self. Oh, I do love some cute women and some scary women. Goddess, their women are good. I'm never gonna stop spinning. OMG, I'm a homicidal maniac too. Indeed, you are, cutie. Yes.
Tortoises are dicks for no reason. Sometimes if you go in their enclosure, they'll block off the exit by sitting in front of it. And since the Aldabra tortoise can be 500 pounds of stubborn, you're not going anywhere. A lot of zoos have to rent pandas for $1 million a year, and it takes another $500,000 to feed them, which doesn't even include medical and enrichment costs. It can literally single-handedly bankrupt zoos. Might not want to tell you. Part 6. A lot of animals in captivity become much worse parents because honestly, zoo animals are just worse at being animals. In the wild, a mother may reject her baby due to drought or sickness. Zoo animals can reject them purely off vibes. Zoo animals also respond way worse to stress, and when a military jet flew over a Sweden zoo, the animals got so stressed and so pressed they proceeded to tear apart and eat 23 of their babies. It was not pretty. Zoos don't buy or sell animals.
Listen, I don't necessarily know if I'd be a good mother or not, but I do know that I wouldn't tear apart and eat my 23 of my babies. That's what we're learning about me. Cougars are like quite like first impressive once they see close prey, then switch target for socks. They play something won't do that. Oh my gosh, you're right, Cyber, that's insane. Nasty indeed, Shadow Cat. Oh, tranks are based heavily on the target's weight, and if the kid got hit very well, he would do real damage. So no, a gorilla was way heavier. You know, that's fair. Spider eat babies too. Can we not eat babies? This is just my view on things. Maybe don't eat babies. I love pandas so much, especially the red pandas. They're adorable and I just want to roll around. That's true. That's true. They're also going extinct because they're so bad at life.
From each other. Instead, they trade like cards. For example, if you think you would like this bighorn puppy, it probably cost you about 20 penguins. 2 lion cubs could set you back 1 grand zebra, and if you have more baby giraffes than you can handle, you can trade him in for a Burmese python, a red-tailed hawk, and a miniature pig. Most
oh my gosh, I'm
against putting price tags on animals because it can encourage poaching. Except these guys. These bastards are too expensive to trade. Animal escapes are pretty rare, but when a major one happens, everyone basically readjusts their fences and enclosures. Kind of like how in class everybody will change their answers if one kid gets it wrong. A lot of zoos had to readjust their tiger enclosure because 3 idiots decided to taunt one, and that tiger proceeded to yeet itself over a wall. Can't blame the tiger though. Sometimes natural selection comes with a free meal.
You know what, fair. You know what, fair.
Want to tell you. You probably shouldn't work with your favorite animal for the same reason you shouldn't share an apartment with your best friend.
Because it'll become
After 1
disillusioned?
week, it'll change everything you thought you knew about
Yeah.
them. You like penguins? They smell like Satan's locker and snap and bite at your shins every time you feed them. You like tigers? Tiger poop is one of the worst smelling things you'll ever live through.
On the bright, okay, so I think that I might be immune to some of these. I don't have a sense of smell. I've got a very weak one. If you put like my face into something very scented very intensely, then I will smell it. But short of that, I'm not going to smell anything. So maybe I'll be fine. I love it here. I can be weird, freaky, and outright terrorist freely. Maybe not the last one, right? Maybe not the last one, right? If anyone's reading this, no one, right, Morgan, right? When you made Pokemon Zookeeper, that was so good, actually. Pandas are off the endangered animal list. They are awesome. Keeping the terrorists low-key. Good animal facts. The young guys with the loads of expertise at being zoo substitutes, keeping the day exclusive. Interesting. FBI, open up now. I'm gonna sneeze. Hey, here's another one in there, but we'll see. Lumi can't smell. Well, how ironic that you can have scented candles. I know. I was kind of like, when that was offered to me, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. That's kind of funny. Did someone say terrorism? Can we not become a terrorism chat, please? No, please. No, please. No. Tiger poop is the worst thing that I've ever smelled. Next to bow poop? Huh? You could ever, if you listen to our friends. I'm just like, my brain stopped their platypus. I'm like, you've smelled Bow's poop, excuse me? The sneeze was so cute, aww. I mean, if you're in the US, your gender identity gets you labeled as a domestic terrorist. I'm sorry, darling.
Like elephants? Give one an enema, and I swear next day you'll be at unemployment. Don't work with your favorite animal, you'll have a new favorite by lunch. Being a zookeeper isn't just playing with animals all day, it's incredibly difficult and ridiculously demanding. They work well over 40 hours a week and often have to sleep at zoos just so they can respond to any emergencies. You go through years of training, applications, and hours of interning, all for a starting salary of about less than $30,000. And when you take that much for that little, you're a different breed. But they're so dedicated to the animals that it's worth it. But if you personally know a zookeeper, tell them you appreciate them. Lord knows they don't hear it enough. Out of all the animals, the most dangerous and the ones zookeepers hate working with the most are the ones outside the cage. No other animal causes more migraines or higher blood pressure than a hairless primate armed with an iPhone and a sense of entitlement. Most zookeepers agree if you kept the animals at bay and the people, zoos would be 10 times more fun, and I don't blame them for thinking that. Animal facts you definitely wouldn't know unless you worked at a zoo. Walruses are really talented at baiting. In fact,
wait, I want to read this. One second. Queen says, I literally just cried into a pillow because of the lack of boob and I got called a terrorist. Oh, I'm so sorry. I read that too quickly in the side of I was like, boob a pillow. My brain, I'm so sorry, Queen. I'm so sorry, Queen. My brain saw booba and pillow together and it made an autocomplete. I'm so sorry, darling Queen. I hope that you can have all of the booba dreams that you want in the future. You can, the boobas of your dreams. I don't know how to sentence structure, but I'm so sorry that it's a struggle. I really am. Bao's toilet stories are a small price to pay for the privilege of loving her. So according to her friends, it's fine. I'm hoping one day I'll get booba pillows. I hope so too, Queen. I hope so too. Hi, Luminous. How are you doing? Hi, Spongy Man. I'm doing pretty good. Baiting? I love baiting. I'm a master of it, honestly.
Really wouldn't know unless you worked at a zoo. Walruses are really talented at baiting. In fact, you could say they're master baits. They do it a lot. You're probably wondering how a walrus does this. Well, there's 2 options. 1, they slap themselves with their flippers, or 2, they're flexible enough to self-service themselves with their mouth. And if you've seen a walrus, you've probably seen one do this.
No, okay, so it's
okay. Wait until they have a crowd.
No, so it wasn't the joke. It was the actual. He was just covering. Okay. Good for them. Good for them. Good for them. If you don't let me have a puppy, I will bomb the White House. I want you to have a puppy, okay? I want you to have a puppy. Plus, it's the Canadians' job to burn down the White House. We did it before. We do it again. Hello, Irish Sniper. Welcome in. Oh, so cutie.
People around them and then start spontaneously having in front of the audience.
Yeah, I know
they
that.
do it on purpose. I don't know why, but literally the more people around, the more likely they are to ruin the innocence of any child watching. Tigers can't purr, so to show affection, they'll do the same slow blink that your cat does to tell you he loves you. Tigers share 95% of their DNA with domestic cats, which makes sense because they're basically house cats on steroids. They'll cuddle up to their favorite keepers, play hide and seek with them, and of course give them that famous love blink.
He's so baby. I love it. I love it so much. Honestly, I love tigers so much. They're like one of my favorite animals. They're so freaking good. Yeah, no, bonobos are like a fully bisexual species, and they like freaking have sex like it's shaking hands. It's kind of insane. It's quite insane. And they're our closest relative, actually. They're closer to us than chimpanzees. It's pretty amazing. Puppies are great. I've got a Doberman mixed pure, a little ball of joy. Sweet frequency. My lord, a beautiful woman has arrived. Hello. This woman often thinks about monkey sex. No, bonobo sex. Hi, sweet. Can we get a shout out for the amazing sweet frequency once it's off cooldown, please? Hi, cutie. How are you doing? Oh, my bad, huh? Yeah, no, we gotta be correct. When we're talking about which animals I'm thinking about fornicating, we've gotta... Love you so much. Hello, my lesser mods. Yes, I gave you a hammer because you are queen and women should have hammers. Lady, please. OMG. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Hey chat, have you heard of do you know this girl Sweet Frequency? I kind of like her. She's got a really pretty voice and the cutest laugh. I don't know if she likes me, but I really like her. Maybe someday. Maybe someday she'll, I don't know, give me a hug, a kiss. I don't know, but she's just, I don't know. She's kind of like my dream girl. I'm not sure if she knows. I think I've been keeping it kind of low key. Maybe do you think she knows? I don't think so. I think we're fine. Maybe someday. Yes. End stream. I'll show you how much I like you. Unless you want them to see. Just sarcastic. Fine. Jeez. Maybe after stream. Love you so much, sweet. Capricio, thank you for the follow. Don't you dare end stream. I'm not going to. Sorry, chat, taking your girl for a spin. Don't worry. I'm gonna get nice and warmed up for her by just spending time with you and getting the energy flowing and moving, and you know, how get my throat nice and warmed up, and I've got to be ready for my queen. So maybe after stream I'll have to go mosey on over to her DMs and poke her and then see if she can prod me. Yes. Oh god, I love being a lesbian. It's the best. Go follow Sweet Frequency.
Tigers are soft. A lot of animals get lonely during the winter because there's less visitors and they're used to seeing people. This usually happens with higher intelligence animals like elephants, primates, and parrots like the African gray. During COVID, one zoo brought painters into the monkey house just so the monkeys would feel less alone. One Japanese zoo asked people to FaceTime the eels just so they wouldn't forget about people. Top 3 dumbest things to ever happen at a zoo, and no, number 1 is not what you think it is. In 2009, a woman decided to take a flash pass to Jesus by jumping into the polar bear exhibit in a Berlin zoo. She proceeded to get mauled by 4 of the biggest carnivores on the planet. At one point, zookeepers were able to pull her out of the pool, but of course she fell right back in. She also did this during the polar bear's feeding time. Apparently she lost her teaching job and was so depressed that she decided to factory reset her life one of the worst ways possible, and zookeepers were actually seconds away from shooting the bears just to save her. Luckily she and the polar bears lived. In 2007 in San Francisco, 3
No, don't. Hey, let's talk about the machine. The milking one that's for cows, you know? The normal machine. I feel bad for that woman. No! That's so sad. I'm so sorry for her. Holy crap. That's horrifying. That is a horrifying way. I don't like that. Mimi, where are you touching her? Sweet's not here. I can't touch anyone. Sure, it's for cows. Yeah, cows with 2 nipples. You know, the classic cow number of nipples. Totally. Imagine if she jumped into the hippo enclosure instead. No for any of that. I want her to jump into therapy. That's much better than jumping into a polar bear exhibit. Can we agree with that? I mean, she jumped in on purpose, right? But can we all agree that jumping into therapy is better than jumping into a polar bear's mouth? I don't know. I think pretty missing. 2, you mean 4, right? 2. Cow with two nipples. Hi, yep, Crowley indeed. The Crowley Turk. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Your dumbasses who will not be named decided to taunt Tatiana the Siberian tiger just to see what would happen. What happened was she decided to make the census 3 names lighter. Motivated by malice, Tatiana jumped over a nearly 13-foot wall and violated all 3, murking one and severely injuring the other 2. And what's true today was true back then. If you're young and dumb, you will get paid. And after getting sued, the zoo had to pay a $900,000 stupid tax to the brothers. Number 1 isn't actually this. Because in 2012, a mother lifted her son over a railing to get a better look at the animals. He then dropped the 2-year-old into the African wild dog exhibit. He survived the fall, but not the dog.
That's so true.
And if you know how African wild dogs hunt prey, you know this was very bad. On top of all that, the mother sued the Pittsburgh Zoo for negligence. Obviously, the victim here is the little boy because nobody deserves that. But
agreed.
Yeah, the railing's there for a fucking reason. 3 more of the dumbest things to ever happen at a zoo. And number 1 will make you feel some type of way.
Fair.
In 2017, a man decided he didn't want to pay the price of admission to get into a zoo and instead scaled a 10-foot wall to get in. And best believe a price was paid. Because my man's ended up in the living room of 3 of the biggest big cats on the planet. The man was brutally mauled in front of horrified guests, and I like to think the last thing that went through his head, other than, you know, the tiger's teeth, was if it was really worth it. You can't put a price on life.
So, I have a question for that person. We can't ask it for him anymore, but if you're at the top of that wall, you look down, you see tigers, do you not maybe go the other way, assuming that the tigers are maybe locked in there, so even if you get in there, you're not getting into the zoo? Just a thought. Just a thought. Darwin, freaking the Darwin Awards are going to be having like there's a lot of, oh goodness. Tigers are hiding perhaps? I mean, but I think you can tell what an enclosure is. I don't know. Trespassers have thoughts? Sometimes, I hope so. Bold of you to assume that they look down. Apparently, you know what? That's fair. You know what? Maybe I'm a little bit smarter than the average bear, but I think through, or maybe I would look a map of the zoo, like on Google Maps. You can see a top-down view, and you can see where all the enclosures are, you know? Or, like, freaking go to the zoo's website, and you can see where all the enclosures are. So you can tell, hey, does this wall connect to an enclosure or a walkway? Darwin's theory of evolution was thrown out the window in regards to humanity. No, we're pushing it along. We're pushing along. The lion had too much mass to properly hunt its prey. Oh no. Overlord, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Probably the first time that zoo didn't know what the layout was like. I mean, Google exists. Maybe it was too early for Google. Hello, Overlord, welcome in. Trespassers can read maps. Theoretically.
But this man gambled his entire way of being over $19. Also, one of the tigers died over his stupidity. At number 2, you probably know exactly where this is going.
How long
Another dumbass who will not be named was a regular at a Netherlands zoo, and she had a habit of smiling at the gorillas and making eye contact, even though trained zookeepers told her not to. She ignored them and said that she had a special bond with the gorillas since they always smiled back. Basically, she pulled a, trust me, I know him, he'll listen to me. Remember what we talked about. That's
never right.
Yeah, she played pick me with a 400-pound gorilla, and one day Bakita woke up and chose Miralax because he wasn't taking no shit. Bakita escaped, beat the woman like she stole something from him, and then broke into a restaurant. And number 1, in 1987 at Prospect Park Zoo in Brooklyn, a couple boys decided to climb into an exhibit and swim in a moat. Whose exhibit, you ask? Well, originally they planned on swimming in a sea lion pool, but somewhere along the line they decided they just didn't value their lives. Oh no. They went into the polar bear den.
Come on!
What happened next was 2 900-pound murder bears proceeded to play tug-of-war with the 11-year-old's bodies. Police came and shot the bears, but the boy was already past tense. Did I mention this was all because of a dare? It was a tragic, senseless, avoidable death that never should have happened. May those polar bears rest in peace. As for the boy, he can rest in pieces.
I mean, he's going to. I feel like this has been like an hour-long video on YouTube, but if you're watching this on YouTube, head on over to twitch.tv/LuminusRed and drop a follow. Come hang out. Until next time, my lovely lust stars. Bye!